Welcome back to Beyond the Heart. I'm your host, Dr. Nisa Goldberg, and as always, we have an exciting lineup today. Today, we're going to talk about a relationship between strokes and vitamin E. And joining me on the phone is Dr. Joseph Keenan, retired professor of family medicine at the University of Minnesota. He holds a joint professorship in the University of Minnesota School of Food Science and Nutrition. His research interest is preventive cardiology with a special interest in the use of nutrition and nutritional supplements in the reduction of cardiovascular disease. Dr. Keenan, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you, Nisa. My pleasure.
It's great to have you here, Dr. Keenan. You also there's a new article out that a study that vitamin E from palm that's part of palm oil helps to protect the brain's white matter.
Yes, actually, this would be of interest to Chris, I think, and actually anybody who's had a stroke. There's a really exciting study that has just been published in the journal Stroke, which is one of the American Heart Association journals, and it showed that if you treat now, I should just back up and say these were patients or persons who had no prior history of stroke or neurologic problems. They were divided into a placebo group and a group receiving 200 milligrams a day of the mixed tocotrienol tocopherols. Those are the vitamin E components in red palm oil.
Right.
So this is an extract from red palm oil given as a supplement.
Okay.
200 milligrams twice a day versus placebo. And in the course of 2 years, these were monitored then with periodic MRIs, which are the most accurate way to look at the brain and its problems or development. They had a virtually no increase in white matter lesions in the treatment group versus a gradual progression of white matter lesions in the placebo group. Now, let me just say white matter lesions are something that we see associated with other vascular risk factors like diabetes and hypertension. They also seem to be correlated very well with the development of aging brain problems.
Like dementia?
Dementia, exactly. Forgetfulness of any kind, dementia, and they're also seen more with people who have strokes or have Parkinson's disease. Now, virtually all of us have white matter lesions. It's something that if you do an MRI on persons in their middle age and older, you're going to find most of them have some white matter lesions. And the white matter is the communication system in the brain. These are the wires, if you will, that connect the different centers of the brain, the vision with the speech, with the memory. And so they're very important for memory or for associations or for planning or various things that we have to, use with our cognition. So it's a huge find. Now, we've had many vitamin E studies done, both for heart and for cancer.
Those didn't really pan out too well.
They just never quite panned out. And it was disappointing because we had high hopes. A lot of the animal studies were more positive. But these tocotrienols, I should just add, are much more potent than tocopherols. Now, vitamin E that we use in most of our supplements are just alpha tocopherol. That's a good antioxidant, but it's not anything close to the potency of the tocotrienols found in
and like
palm
about
oil.
how many people were in this study?
Well, there were, I believe, 40 in each arm.
Group. Okay,
Yeah.
so some got placebo and some got the tocopherols.
Now, the exciting thing is that it not only seemed to prevent the development of these white matter lesions, but in animal studies, they've shown that it reduces the damage of a stroke. It reduces the extent and the volume of brain tissue injured when the animal is given the they can induce strokes in animals to
Yeah.
demonstrate this, and the tocotrienols prevent some of the extension or damage done by a stroke.
Well, this seems very promising, but I would imagine they have to do some larger trials.
Right, exactly. This is what you would say is a very promising trial, whereas some of the vitamin E trials before, even very big ones, did not pan out quite so well.
Yeah. I'm sure about getting a heart monitor.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to welcome Steve from Louisiana. Hi, Steve.
Hi, Steve here. I was intrigued by the comments about the study with vitamin E and the white lesions. And I had recently read a book that one of the neurologists was a proponent of coconut oil for neurological well-being in the brain. And I wondered if there was any relationship between the palm extract and coconut oil.
Well, actually, I would try to dissuade you from coconut oil for just about anything.
And why is that, Dr. Keenan?
Coconut oil is loaded with what we consider the more atherogenic fatty acids,
Sure.
myristic and lauric fatty acids. Whereas palm oil is actually from the fruit of the red palm. It's not the kernel. Palm kernel oil is very much like coconut oil, and that's not particularly
And you
recommended.
want to make sure it's not hydrogenated palm oil.
Yeah. Hydrogenated is actually they don't hydrogenate palm oil because it's so loaded with antioxidants.
Right.
You don't have that problem of rancidity.
Right.
Now, the palm oil itself has fatty acids, but those are not. The fat part of the palm oil is not what we're talking about as being so beneficial for brain health. It's the vitamin E that's within the palm oil. It's the highest source of tocotrienols and tocopherol of any food you can eat, any food or oil or anything. So it's an extremely good natural source of vitamin E. It's also, by the way, a very good source of beta carotene, which is a vitamin A. And you know, I only just touched on what's good for brain health. It's been shown to reduce breast cancer risk. It's been shown to reduce inflammatory processes. And I think it's just becoming, you might say, coming out, where we're discovering the benefits of these more potent vitamin E components.
As a consumer, how can I ensure that I'm getting the right stuff without the wrong stuff?
That's an excellent point. I would try to stay with Malaysian red palm oil. There is some African red palm oil that's not as pure or as reliable, but Malaysian it's actually certified to be the good stuff, if you will.
Very good.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Steve, for calling in. And Dr. Keenan, I want to